meeting to order.
Recording in progress.
I'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Agenda approved. Review of the minutes from May 9th meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any open public comment? Is Tom the only one online?
Yep.
Okay, no open public comment.
He's connecting to audio.
No guests. Any good stuff?
Looks like the highway crew did a good job for the downpours we had there. My street was in pretty good shape.
Just a reminder, the Memorial Day Parade is coming up on Monday, so make sure everyone's there.
What's the weather? Just see.
It's a chance of rain, but
Like 60%, but it looks like it's later in the day.
yeah, I think Monday's probably, it's kind of digressing by Monday, so hopefully.
Good.
So then we'll have more good stuff after the Memorial Day Parade, so.
Yes.
Is Michael gonna ride in the parade?
No, but I'm thinking about training for the Tour de Slate, which is a bike race.
Oh,
So I'm kind of excited about it.
here you
So
go.
I got that going for me.
He doesn't know about carrying the shovel yet.
All right, Highway Department, Marble Bridge repairs, bids solicitation.
The only comment I have on this is I've extended the timelines for the marble bridges and reached out to Tedesco again, and hopefully they'll get back with me soon.
Okay. Jay's got the monthly workflow. Any questions or comments? Hopefully our snow season's over.
Hopefully.
Town Highway Emergency Grant application for the Florence Road.
So most of you know, last week storm washed out a stretch of Florence Road. I'm waiting for an update from V-Trans. Estimated damage is approximately $180,000, and the town is hoping to receive $160,000, and those estimates are within plus or minus $1,000.
That's excellent.
Yeah, V-Trans has been incredibly helpful with our response to that. So thanks to Brian Sanderson, who's in our local district office. And I'll be reaching out to him tomorrow, and hopefully we've got contractors on standby, so hopefully we'll have the funds and we'll be ready to make the repairs soon.
That's good. Good. Anybody have any questions, comments on the Highway Department? Is there a motion to go into the Board of Water Commissioners? Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the Delinquency Report.
I will speak shortly to this. Inside your package, you have the Delinquency Report, which comes to me from Celia. And about the most that I know of it is 4 of the delinquent accounts that weren't, that didn't come in for agreements are scheduled to be shut off in the next week or so. And I've updated John Corliss about that via email this morning, so he knows about it and it's on his radar. So as you can see, most of those notices to disconnect went over to the agreement list. And the total now for agreements is $96,460.88.
Does anybody have any questions?
All these have liens, correct?
As far as I understand it, Mr. Hogan, property is placed on automatic lien when it has a delinquency on it.
Great.
The monthly report for water, monthly activities. Anybody have any questions on that?
No.
Did they get the pressure valve fixed?
He
I
came in.
stopped over about noontime at the garage and happened to catch them. And they were looking through paperwork on
He's going back out there tomorrow to work on it. So it looked like he was in a pretty good fight with it today
yes.
when he came in this afternoon, so. I think they feel confident they can make the repairs needed, though.
Okay, Gorham Bridge Water Service update, bids for the water project.
Yeah, so this is the new service connections that we're doing on Gorham Bridge Road, where they now exit out the rear of the properties, and we're gonna make them come out the front of the properties. So bids for the projects can be found online. I'm sending out letters to homeowners this week. The thing that was holding me up was a temporary easement agreement that I had the town's attorney draft for us. And I've got one question for them that I'm waiting for an answer about. But like I said, hopefully those letters with the easement agreements will go out this week. And we're still scheduled to start in June, and bids should be opened at our next select board meeting.
Okay. Is there a motion to go out of the Board of Water Commissioners and into the Board of Sewage Commissioners?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and we have the monthly workflow here as well. Any questions on that? All right, no questions. Is there a motion to go out of the Board of Sewage Commissioners into the regular Select Board meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, interim zoning administrator duties, nothing to add.
Yeah, I'll just, as usual, just kind of roll through it if that's okay. Yep, so I'm continuing as interim zoning administrator and continuing the search for a new one. Thankfully, the town hall roof was repaired last weekend. The only challenge that we're facing now with the building is that the new addition over here is a little below grade, and I think there was once a drain that carried it over to the storm manhole, and it's not there anymore. So it's, I think, a little bit of water is seeping in through the door there. So I asked Gene Cola, since they did the rehabilitation, to come take a look at it, and you know, he kind of just verified that observation, and I asked him to give me a price on what it would be to install a drain there, just for them to come out and knock it out. They know where all the utilities are around there. It looks like they already dug around, so we'll see what that comes out at. But if you go down there and look, you can see it, you can see the watermark around the rug.
Yeah.
And it only happens when we get really bad rain, but enough to kind of cause some concern.
Could we check on some gutters, maybe to these spouts?
Yeah, I thought maybe while they were here, I'd ask them to throw some up.
Thank you. Yep. Might help, I don't know.
Yeah, it might. Memorial Day Parade, we've got 2 officers for that. He
Okay.
couldn't give out 3, so I figured the most important ones would be the chauffeur, I guess. what
Yeah,
we
just
call
Route
him.
3 really coming
Yeah.
in and coming up, and then we can kind of maintain down
Do
here.
something.
Yeah. Especially once it starts, you know? Once it starts, the sheriff, well, he used to sit down there though, I think, and wait. Or did he lead them?
He leads it.
And then he can come down here.
Carnival.
Yeah, and then he can come here.
There's usually 3, yeah.
And, yep, and Chief Webb told me flags should be going up today. They had to get a few new ones.
Yeah,
So-
some are pretty tattered.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Nice. Great.
So that's what I've been working on with them prior, kind of getting some new flags. All right. State approval of the local hazard mitigation plan as well as FEMA approval means the planning part is done. I'll process invoices, close out the grant, and start including action items into our capital improvement plan over the next several years. Big thanks to everyone who participated in the planning process, and hopefully we will all meet again in 5 years. Yeah, we will.
You might.
I hope. And, okay, so the accessibility grant audit, this took up a good bit of my time. I reported on it at our last meeting, but I think it's just about over. Calling it an audit might be too much, but it was a walkthrough on some materials they needed. So I was able to provide the state with about 95% of what they asked for. I think the two missing items was like a notice to proceed and notice of award. I reached out to the contractors, they didn't have it. I didn't see it in the files anywhere, and I went over them pretty extensively. So, but I think we're okay. They seemed really satisfied with the information I was able to get.
Nice.
So, okay, so this is kind of big here. So I released the bids for the HVAC system that we talked about putting here. The only thing, about 10 minutes after I did that, I found out that there was a House Bill 518, which exists, and its purpose is to incentivize municipalities to make necessary improvements to reduce emissions by reducing fossil fuel usage and increasing efficiency in town-owned buildings. So since I found out about this, it might delay the project, but it seems like a really good program. I reached out to Efficiency Vermont about it. I think it's still a little early for them to be able to wrap their minds around the program, but I'll stay in touch. And, you know, I haven't done a lot of research in the grant, but it looks like it funds weatherization. So, you know, maybe new windows or, you know, other types of insulation would be good to kind of look into. So we'll stay on top of that as we kind of progress. Okay, release bids for, I had this on the agenda twice, I apologize, but I did release bids to Gorham Bridge Water Service Project, and bids are online, and I sent them to 4 different contractors. So next up, there's a complaint about the vacant Marble office building here, well, it's a neighboring building, but I wouldn't call them neighbors because no one lives there. But there was a complaint about...
And the neighbors.
Yeah. And there's a complaint about it being vacant and unsecure. I agree that it would be nice to see the building occupied, but it is for sale and remediation seemed to be ongoing. I've attempted to contact the owner once before because there was a lot of rumor about what was going on over there, and it was a failed attempt. So I don't think contacting him would be as easy as a phone call. It would most likely be a letter, and I'm not sure what would be included in that letter. So
I would think just a letter asking him to kind of secure the building.
mhm.
You know, more so like downstairs. I mean, the windows are still there, it looks like, because some are closed, some are open.
Yeah.
I can't believe he leaves them open though.
Yeah, and it just kind of popped in my head, since it's on Zillow, I could even probably reach out to whoever the property manager is.
That's true, yeah.
And that could just be a simple phone call to say,
Well-
there's been concern around town.
Right, and the other owner is there. I see his truck over there a lot. The one
Oh, is
that
that
used to
right?
be over there. I think that's his truck.
Mm-hmm.
So I see him, I haven't seen anyone lately, but.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any questions, comments?
Okay, so maybe I'll just reach out to the property manager on Zoom.
Yeah,
and
that's
touch
probably, if
base
you
with
can't
him.
reach him.
Yeah, we'll be friendly about it. And then there's been a complaint, probably isn't the right word. There's been a lot of concern about water damage, especially from the storm we had, well, primarily around the storm that we had last weekend. This one that actually went on the site visit for, that was a complaint from a resident, was at 14 Eden Avenue, and I got pictures. What's happened is concentrated runoff is coming down Pleasant, and it's missing the drop inlet, and it's going into his yard, and I've got some pictures of how it's kind of eroding away, not critical structures, but it could get to that point. So we'll talk to John about it and maybe add it into the workflow for next year or late late fall, before the ground freezes up, see what we can do there.
Yeah. And your street's really bad too.
I spoke to John about that today, and he said he was gonna put that on the priority list for this week. So, we're trying to spread it out a little bit for him. He's got quite a few things popping up here and there, so I'm just meeting with him kind of every day.
It's kind of too bad, because I feel like it's almost like it shouldn't fall on us, just because, I mean, I understand these storms are quick flashes, so it's like heavy rains, really quick, short. But the design just seems so poor the way it's, I don't know if you've seen it down there.
Yeah.
It's like a trench all along over the new bridge and all the way down the hill, and it's eroding even like pavement and stuff, so.
Yeah, it's unfortunate they couldn't do like a curb inlet instead of just that grate. And I don't see a whole lot of curb inlets around, and I wonder what the
No,
purpose for
and I
that
think
is.
they put, I wanna say there's like 3 drains, and then one even at the bottom, which it's also hit. It's obviously just keeps going this way, and it like goes right into it, and it's all just,
Yeah. Well, we'll get John to do some erosion control down there and stabilize it, and then just keep an eye on it. And if it keeps up, then, I've got to reach out to the state one more time about the bridge anyway, so.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's worth
Yeah.
talking with the state too.
yeah. I think it's a pitch, because even coming down the hill after the bridge,
Yeah.
the other street there, it's going into the lawn, it's just,
Yeah.
it's crazy kind of the way it's,
Yeah.
but like the rains have been kind of massive when they hit, so.
Yeah, that was a big one. And I was talking to the guy who owns the driveway that got washed out on Florence, and he was saying he's never seen that much water come off the mountain
Right,
before.
yeah.
So it must have just been sitting over
Yeah.
top and unloading. Yeah. Oh, and there's a house fire on South Street, I'm sure most of you know. Really, all I wanted to say to this was, my condolences to those suffering from the loss of their home, and my gratitude goes out to the volunteers who risked their lives making sure everyone got out safely. I know Brian Sanderson, who's been helping me out with the project, came in here with a limp because he was in there during the egress and hurt himself. So it's a dangerous situation to go into a building like that. The grandmother of the woman who lost the home reached out to me asking about a fundraiser, and I told her that she could use, if she did a facility use agreement, she could use the rink, and I would cover that would be my little part there. I'd cover the $100 down payment and maybe the insurance. So, all right. I attended the VTCMA Leadership Conference in Dorset. It was really nice. We were at the Dorset Inn. I don't have too much to add to that. It was a good training event for managers, and yeah, and it might have been the last time I ever see Dave. Who's the town manager just left?
John Haverstock.
Yeah, Dave Haverstock. John Haverstock. Yeah, I get him. Anyway. I attended the Parks and Rec meeting. Noteworthy items of this: rink will be open on May 30th with food and music. And the Rotary Club will stay in the cabin on June 4th, and Bottle Drive is in June and to be determined. Anything to add or no?
Nope, just, rain date was June 11th for staining. They're providing hot dogs, hamburgers for the Rotary for doing the work, because they volunteered to do all the staining. Pool opens June 13th. Elementary school is there 9th and 10th. And then there was a comment about Judy Turnovich wanting to donate benches when the playground's put up.
Oh, nice.
Just like to put something.
The pool opens the 17th. School gets out the 17th.
Oh,
Don't push that back.
Nice try. I got 2 days of free, but
I don't know, it says here 13th, Lisa.
guess what? That's wrong.
Guess I'm sitting up there for 4 days, huh?
All right. And I got an estimated time of arrival for the playground
Oh, you did?
in December. I'm tempted to just tell them to hang on to it until, spring, because,
Yeah.
anyway, I'm gonna call them tomorrow. It came in like, we knew it was gonna be, the delivery was gonna be kind of prolonged, but,
Right. Well, if the weather's bad for skating, they could always play on the playground.
Yeah, it might not be together, but
Disassembled.
we'll put some together for them. All right, so I'll have an update for you on that, I'm sure, at the next meeting. And, okay, and then, myself, Celia, and Judy had a meeting with the executive director of VLCT.
The Fraser.
The Fraser.
Did I say, oh, yeah, the Fraser. I was worried I'd do
I
that
got
too.
a chuckle out of that.
So we met with Ted Brady and we just kind of talked about the town, our successes, areas for improvement, and how VLCT can help with deficiencies that we have. Okay, the facility use agreement is included in your packet. This is for a 6th grade dance at the rink. Without seeing any issues, I've approved the facility use agreement for the non-school sponsored 6th grade dance, and the tulip is in, tulip, whatever you call it, proof of insurance is included. Anybody have any questions about that? All right. And then, almost done here, last thing. The new frame and mount for the Proctor entrance sign. A few of our local teens fabricated a new frame for the sign outside the library. And really, I'm not very good at sharing my screen, but it almost would be worth doing it here. It says I'm sharing it, but that's one picture. I'm not sure who that is. Anybody know?
Can't see it.
Oh, well,
Do you see
there you
it?
go.
I don't.
TJP?
Oh, that is TJ, yep.
Yes.
And then, hold on, that's not the only picture I have.
Yeah, John said he got a call from Stafford and it's ready to be picked up.
Cam.
Yep, Cam.
Yeah.
That's Cam.
Making some-
It's really, it looks really good. It's even got these brackets here to hold the sign in the back, so, because I think it's in bad shape.
So that's the one where the marble is, the entrance. So are they gonna do another one for the other entrance?
We're gonna talk to him about doing another one for the other entrance.
So they all be uniform?
Yeah,
That's great.
So can it be painted white though, or it's gonna stay that?
yeah, we told him to paint it.
Yeah.
We were thinking white. Someone said what would the color of the schools be?
Although, no.
You don't like that?
Proctor's over here.
It depends on what we do. Are we doing white marble on them again?
They're just doing the same sign, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the same
Same
sign.
sign.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of reach out to somebody about doing some new ones, but
Like, it used to be Verde Antique.
Yeah.
that would be nice.
The problem with that is that stone is so soft.
Yeah, it's expensive
It's
too.
super expensive, yeah.
But that would look nice if the things were black with the green stone.
When you look at the old signs, it was hard to see it. They were gold, lettered.
But you could see it really on the.
And you
but-
can see they were already broken, the corners of them, and I can't imagine they put them up,
No.
with broken corners. It says in the minutes of some things that they took them down because they wanted it to be white marble and represent the town.
Well, these will be pretty good too, because they don't hang like the ones we have now, so you can just unscrew those brackets in the back, so if we do go to replace them, we can
It's easy fix.
do it
Okay.
pretty easily.
Those look nice.
Oh, wait, so they're gonna, how are they gonna attack that one? Because the one at the library is in pretty bad shape since it's been hit 3 times.
Well, it's gonna come down. So this whole piece is going up, so that whole thing at the library is coming down.
No, I understand that, but how's it attacked when it's not hanging?
Oh,
Does it lay in there?
It inserts in here like a picture would into a picture frame,
Oh,
and those
it's
backs,
Oh, I got it, yep.
yeah.
It's just gonna hold it in there then?
And there's these 2 bolts here that my mouse is on, I guess you unscrew those, and then that's your back frame, so you can
Oh,
just,
so screw, just goes over the back and then screws in?
yeah,
Oh.
so.
Interesting.
Okay, and that concludes my manager's report.
Okay. Everybody sign the bills?
Yes.
Sheriff's report, anybody have any comments or questions?
I've heard some concerns about speeding on North Street by the bridge.
I've heard that.
So maybe that,
The new bridge?
yes, yeah.
Like over it? Like flying over it?
Yeah, and because if you have a small vehicle, if you come down Terrace Hill and they're coming at a pretty fast clip, if you have an SUV or something, it isn't so bad, but somebody with a small vehicle, they aren't gonna see them at the speed that they're coming north on North Street, right by the bridge. So, if you're talking with the sheriff's department, might be a spot that they ought to
I can forward
watch.
it.
I don't want them sitting by my house.
We haven't had that radar sign up in a long time, the
Right.
portable one. So maybe
Yeah,
they-
there's like a list you get on,
Maybe I'll ask, won't hurt.
yeah.
They left it there for a long time, too.
Yeah, last summer they did.
Yeah.
Point credit supervisor, discussion on this. Everybody got the information on this?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Anybody have any questions? Comments? Confusion?
Not really,
We
no.
can start putting all these statutes in there.
If Michael's willing.
Yeah, I think it reduces the number of hands that handle it, and that's always a good thing, I believe.
Yeah, I think it would be especially doable with an assistant who, if this happens, will be pretty proactive in
Yeah,
gaining.
yeah, you'll definitely need another body down there to help with.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot with, because I gotta send out all the notices and hopefully it only gets busy. I could probably talk to Celia about this more, but I'm kinda hoping it's just gonna be really busy around billing time or a month after.
Right.
Yeah,
And aside from that, it'll just be keeping track of everybody's payments, and I would encourage maybe the board to look at some policy here in the next couple weeks so that we can make the process a little more streamlined and equal.
I agree.
Have we heard any more about an assistant town clerk coming on board where you could get some hours?
I'm gonna go into Stan's old files. Stan needed an assistant. Stan's needs, I think, are different than what my needs are. So really, what I would be looking at is someone to manage I would serve as credit supervisor, but just kind of in title, like I do road commissioner. So I would want the assistant to really take on this role, and it would be great if they could act as zoning administrator. So that would be something I'd be looking for in an applicant as well. So those would be the two things that would satisfy my needs to free me up to do some more executive level tasks.
Great, yes.
So the goal at next meeting would review a contract or review a job description for a new assistant.
yeah, because it's gonna be June 1st, and then to get somebody on board July 1st, really, would be beneficial, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been dragging on long enough.
Yeah, well, I think enticing somebody with the zoning administrator position would be good too, because we've allocated, money towards that in the FY23 budget, so we could include that into the salary. And then we could also look, we stipend out 11,000 out of water and sewer to manage delinquencies inside the clerk's office as well. So we could probably look into that and see, and talk to Celia about, what kind of load that carries in reference to the budget.
Someone has their
and
hand raised.
line items.
Maybe that's just
That's
you.
his
Okay, that's my stupid move for the night.
All right, Frazier.
So I am the Frazier.
So
Okay.
I would move to appoint Michael as the, credit supervisor for delinquent water and sewer accounts.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
High school request to paint wall.
Okay, so this has come up a couple times since I've been here, and Lisa caught me downstairs and kind of confirmed my belief towards this, is that I don't think we own the wall over here across from Omea.
Remember we had that discussion?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something I didn't know about.
It would be nice to be painted though or something.
It would.
Maybe when I reach out to,
Yeah, Joel.
well, no, it's actually owned by the
Marble building.
Marble Building.
Oh,
Which wall is it? Not the handprint wall?
Yeah.
yeah, handprint, yeah.
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 The old fire department.
Fire station.
Okay.
Back wall.
And I think that's what confused me about it, because it kept being called the fire station back wall. So I kind of correlated with that being something the town would own. But I asked them what they would draw on there. They didn't have any mural and, they didn't have any design. They just thought some flowers and stuff like that. And they said they wouldn't cry over it if we were to actually do something. But again, we don't own it, so,
Great idea.
well.
They'll do a good job. They did a good job before.
Well, I don't know if we can do it though. Just for, unless,
You can reach somebody to get the approval.
well, when I tell them to shut the windows over there, maybe I'll
And by
ask
the
them to
way,
paint
can we,
the
paint
wall.
Oh, it's part of that parcel.
Yes, that's what
Sorry
Celia
for the
said, yeah.
confusion.
No, that property goes right down to the stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's always that, discussion about who should be mowing that hill.
That's right.
So, okay, so I'll probably reach out to the softball team and tell them that, we don't own it, so. That's good. So when it comes up in the future, I know.
Okay, speed control on South Street.
We discussed the, I don't know the right name for them, the blinking signs.
The radar signs?
Yes, radar signs. I would like to purchase one, put it on South Street, see how it works, what it does, and try more in the future if it works out.
Michael, this estimate that you got was for 2, wasn't it?
Correct.
So it's 26, just over $2,600.
Let me look. Sounds like I think it might be more than that.
Well, it was 5,300 for,
Oh, for both. Okay, that sounds right.
But that's probably changed.
well, he got this in November. Yeah, I'm sure it has changed a little bit, but he got it in
Yeah.
November, so. Late November, or mid-November.
It doesn't look too complicated. I'll bet John and his guys could put this up.
Yeah, they probably could figure it out.
I'd like to make a motion, we purchase 1 unit to try it.
I guess my question just is, how's the budget looking so far? As far
Yeah,
as-
that would be the big thing is
Yeah,
how our budget, where we can
Yeah, I
get
think
the money.
if we were gonna take it, I don't have it with me. Oh. Yeah, I don't, well, it's in the expenditure report, actually.
Is there room in highway? Would you like?
Under signs, I think that line item is just about burnt out for the year.
Right, yeah.
I mean, not to say we couldn't do a budget adjustment, but.
Yeah, I think that sign thing was pretty well whipped, that line item.
Signs. Yeah, there's $198 left in it.
Right.
Although the equipment fund still has 20,000.
Well, there's gonna be money left in the pool, so if you do a budget adjustment, you're over on one, under in one, and over on the other, so,
We're gonna be over on fuel and stuff.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the bottom line that counts.
Yeah, it's the most important thing. So,
So right now, there's still 15,000 in highway.
that's just, the month to date, so the actually unencumbered balance is 50,000, but then you wanna think about like your fixed amounts here, which are the highway equipment funds, 20,000, so you wanna reduce, so you want 50,000 minus 20,000, cause that's kind of a given. So you're at 30,000 there. I mean, I think there's gonna be a little bit of money left over.
We rented that last time, right? Or just?
No, the sheriff just gives it to us.
Gives it to you?
You get it
Okay.
as long as you get it.
Okay.
But is it one like that, or is it a permanent one?
No, these were, the thing that he got the quote for was a permanent, it would be where
Yeah,
On a
that
pole.
solar
on a
thing,
pole,
yeah.
like in West Rutland.
Yeah, or Brandon, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So permanent only in that spot, or could you rotate it to different?
No.
Permanent there on the
Permanent.
pole. But if you got one now, maybe you could ask Mortimer for like 2 or 3 of them.
I used to come into town pretty hot when I first.
Well, you, it goes from that really
It
nice
comes
road.
up fast.
That's where they make their money, sitting at LaFawn's.
So 50,000. I'd feel really confident about saying, yes, we'll be okay at our last meeting in June, but, you know, I feel like 85% confident that we would be okay now.
I guess my only question is, are other, like, people complaining on South Street too? In addition to, you know,
Well, off and on all the
Yeah.
time, you know, yes. You know, on East Street and West Street.
oh yeah, all the entrances and
Yes,
exits.
basically where it goes from 50 to 25. Yeah,
That is probably the worst spot though, like, I mean,
South Street.
yeah, I think people get,
From the town line to the farm.
yeah.
And as long as it's inside the town right away, or the town limits, we don't have to have any permission to put anything up.
I think V-Trans will still come in here and give me a hard time.
Any discussion on it? Anybody? Comments, concerns?
I don't think, and I was thinking two, I don't think one will push us over the edge. What are we talking, 2,000 or 3,000?
So 2650,
Yeah.
It's 2650 for one?
because 5,300 for two.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
So are you looking to have just one?
well, I thought with budgets and we could try one this year. And, you know, possibly
Yeah.
try for 2 additional, you know, west and.
It's too bad they aren't mobile.
I know.
You know, you
Yeah.
could keep it one spot and then move it to
No, I
another.
believe it'd be a lot more expensive if it was mobile.
Really?
But,
Well, you
the
have
the one in
representation.
West Rutland's been there for several years now, by the school.
Yeah.
And,
And
it's-
it's like that, it's digital, the whole thing.
yeah, just solar powered, no electric.
Yeah, I would get one to see how it works, and
Yeah.
you have till July, the end of July to put in an application, and maybe ask for 2 or 3 of them.
We
You
have,
made the motion?
I did.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
cool.
We're
Do
gonna come
they-
to West Proctor Road from now.
Well,
The speed around North Street.
I think the one
I
that,
don't speak.
I think the one that we were interested in, you can turn it off and you can collect data and stuff from it, so you can see,
What the
Yeah. I think
I remember you
timeframes
saying
and
that,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, the sheriff's thing does that too. The one in Woodstock's got blue lights on it.
Oh, yeah, and it flashes at
That
you.
gets you to slow down.
Some should tell you to slow down. Woodstocks tells you to slow down. It says slow down.
The one in Brandon tells you to slow down too.
I have one in front of the house.
How do you know that?
I had one in front of the house in Pulteney, and I always thought I wouldn't like the blue lights on there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a little over the top.
Yeah, it
but-
is, but,
I was going out of Proctor one morning to work, and I was right by where the welcome sign is to Proctor, and I was heading out, and there was 2 cars in front of me. There was car, a truck, and another truck, and I was behind them, and the truck went in the breakdown lane and passed them and went out. I'm like, and then it kills you because you get to the stop sign, he's right in front of you, like, can't get any further. It's like,
That do you?
I was coming into town, Reggie Ryan's house up in the hill, the flat spot, just as you, and there was a vehicle coming, myself, the car behind him pulled out to pass. So both of us just sort of eased over, the guy kept passing, and
opened up the lane.
we're both going,
He got his way.
yeah, he did. He just pulled out and passed. But,
All right, opportunity to match V-Trans projects with ARPA funds.
Do you mind if I speak towards this?
No.
Okay, so after speaking with VLCT and our project engineers, it's been decided finally that localities can use ARPA to match V-Trans projects. We have two V-Trans projects going on right now, and that's the Beaver Pond Path and the South Street Sidewalk. There hasn't been bond issued for these, and quite honestly, I'm not sure if it's been budgeted for over the last few years. So ARPA can be used to offset this match now. So I would suggest kind of moving forward, especially entering into the construction phase, starting July 1st. And I only have this as a discussion item for tonight, but starting July 1st, we start using a portion of our ARPA funds to fund these two projects. And that's all I have towards it.
Can you tell us how much ARPA money again that we're getting? It's like one.
It's 238 now, I believe.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll get a second round of that next. And then the idea, I would really, in the next month or so, would like to get A&E here to discuss the wastewater treatment plant repairs with us and kind of maybe forming a path forward, what kind of grants we can get for that, what kind of matches, because that's going to tell us how much ARPA we're going to need to match an existing project there. So that's the goal here in June, see if he can show up.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's a project that could bite us here if we don't do something with it.
Anybody have any questions, comments? Any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, meeting adjourned.